Stubbs.
God's timing is perfect. As I look back, the last 20 years, He has provided for me every step of the way. And so I was trusting that even if I did not get an elk, I knew that I was doing what God had asked me to do. That's what this hunt is about. In 2001, I started putting in for preference points for elk in Wyoming. 10 years later, I would draw my tag that spring. In the winter of 2010, I was introduced to a little boy named Vitaliy. Had the opportunity to host him over the Christmas holidays, and our family was going to pursue adoption. He was just absolutely enthralled with the ducks and the pheasants and even the deer that I was bringing home. He wasn't able to hunt with me at that time, so I'd bring home the ducks and the pheasants, and he just absolutely loved that. So we started the adoption process, and late August comes. I've drawn my tag for elk, headed to a unit just outside of Yellowstone. It's going to be a pack-in with horses, and got the call from the adoption agency that we needed to be in Ukraine in September, the same time my elk hunt. It was an easy decision, though. Of course, I went to Ukraine. Our family had the chance to change a young man's life. Without a shadow of a doubt, I was going over to Ukraine and we were adopting this young man. He came home 6 weeks later, and he's been a part of the family ever since. So now fast forward to 2022, I've put in for another roughly 10 years or so and drew my tag this year. I just love the scenery and the mountains in Wyoming. I've hunted mule deer and antelope, and I've had some great hunts there, and so I was really hoping to get a chance to hunt elk there. I put in for the tag again, hoping to draw in the spring of 2022 with one of my best friends, Larry Kirshner, and he knew before I did that we drew, and so he called me, and of course I was super excited. I've wanted to hunt Wyoming elk for a long time. So we're 5 days out, and my sister was carrying her child to full term and actually had her baby the Saturday before we were supposed to leave, and baby Mesa was alive for 4 hours. Another opportunity where God was just, telling me to wait. I was supposed to leave on Wednesday, but I didn't leave until Saturday after the funeral was done. I knew I needed to be there for my sister and her husband. I drove straight through. It took me 13 and a half hours just, grieving for my sister and brother-in-law on the way out there. I waited those extra days not knowing if I would miss an opportunity at my bull of a lifetime, but I knew that God has provided for me. As I look back, the last 20 years, He has provided for me every step of the way, and so I was trusting that even if I did not get an elk, I knew that I was doing what God had asked me to do.
The herds were already out early today, but we were able to sneak in and get in the blind, and they didn't seem to spook, so we're gonna give it a shot here tonight. This blind is in a good spot, but they have to come to it. The far side would be 50. Dude, I never had a bull elk go less than like 5 yards. That's for you, Mason. That's for you, Vitaliy. And thank you, Jesus. Oh my word.
So what have I learned the last 20 years in waiting to go on this elk hunt? And one, it is the value of life. You know, the life of a child that lives in Ukraine and did not really have a chance in life without a family, you know, intervening.
There he is. There he is.
Congratulations.
Heck yeah. Good job.
And the value of the family that God gives you. You know, He gives us family for a reason, and it's to be there when times are tough, not just when times are good. So if there's one thing that I would encourage whoever gets to watch this, is if you have the opportunity to change a life, take it. If you have the opportunity to adopt a child, take it. You never know what's going to happen and whose life you're going to change. My hunt was everything that I had hoped it would be. And in God's perfect timing, that's when I was supposed to kill my elk in Wyoming.
Yeah, baby.
Well, that was worth the waiting 20 years.